Good morning. It is October the 24th. It's Thursday. The casino trip went pretty well. I wasn't a big winner. I did come home with some of my own money. Nothing above what I had planned on losing, but I did come home with my own money. But I will tell you there was an incident at the casino. Had nothing to do with the casino. There was We take Susquehanna Bus. That is who provides bus service for our tour guide, Carol Rice, and she does an excellent job. If you're ever looking for a trip to go on, look at merrymakerstravel.com. She has a big listing of travels, tours, cruises, those kind of things. So I love Carol. I just love Carol. Well, Susquehanna took a bus that they sponsor that no one else takes, and they got there about 30 minutes before we did. Um, they had someone on the bus who was in a wheelchair, and Susquehanna bus has wheelchair lifts, but the lift got stuck going down. There was no way they'd be able to get her back on the bus in the wheelchair. You can manually move the um, wheelchair lift, but it's extremely difficult. So some of the casino workers come out and help the bus driver to get that lifted up because it is pretty heavy and it's pretty hard to lift it up. So she was talking with our bus driver, who we were just about ready to turn into the casino, and he had told her, well, you know, call the bus barn, and they'll decide what they want to do. So we get in and we leave, and when you leave a bus on bus trips, you leave items on the bus because it's going to be locked up. And generally it's like, some of my crocheting that I was doing, or extra drinks for the ride home, snacks, a blanket, because if Bill's driving, he likes it nice and cold, so you need a blanket or an extra jacket. So, because I always sit towards the back of the bus. So we're inside, having a good time, gambling, enjoying our trip, that kind of stuff. We go to eat lunch, and Carol, our tour guide, comes in, and she has both the bus drivers with her. And they do this all the time because they've known each other for years and they're close friends. So we were talking with her, and the bus driver stopped at the table because we know them. We talk with them all the time with the various trips we go. And they said they had to switch buses. They think they got everything switched over from seat to seat, the bins above and everything. But it was our job to notify everybody else that we saw in the casino that we knew were on both those buses. And most of us know each other, from things in town and group things that we do together. So, and what they arranged was that the buses would not leave until they were sure that all the items had been transferred, because they go to different drop-off, pickup points. And if you had left a jacket on the one bus and it had keys in it and it was not a stop that you stopped at, for your vehicle, there could be problems. So they did wait, and we got it all straightened out. Things weren't always in their right place, but it was a lot of fun. And Bill had asked before we left, he yelled out, he said, is anybody missing anything? And I yelled back at him, my money! So we had a good time. We giggle and laugh and just enjoy each other's company. But I did sit down next to a lady that was playing a game, and it was a game that I wasn't familiar with. So I was asking her, normally I'll go in and look at the rules and look at the game help to see what the deal was, but she was already well into her game. And it's one of those, it's like a lock it link. You have to get so many balls, and then you get turns to drop more balls. She was betting 50 cents. I was betting 50 cents. We're just chit-chatting all along. And I looked at her and I said, you've got a pretty hot machine there. She goes, yeah. She looked at me and she goes, I'll tell you, I was sitting at the machine you were last week. She said, I got the feature. And she said, I was playing 50 cents. And she said, all the balls dropped. There was one spot left. And what dropped was the Super Grand ball. And she said that was 33,000. She said, I kept looking at it and going, oh my effing God. She said, I kept looking at it and go, no way, no way. She said, and in the meantime, the bells are going off, people are running over there. And she said, 50 cents, 50 cents. I said, yeah, I hear it can happen. And so we talked a little bit, and, I wished her luck, and she wished me luck, and we went on our merry way. So, yeah, we had a good time. But it's always interesting to sit down next to someone. This is why I talk to people, to find out, what's going on with you. And I asked her, was it something that was going on? She goes, well, I'd come here, my son had an accident, and she said I had already planned coming, and she said, and I was thinking, man, I'm going to have to help the family out for a little bit. I said, God wink. She started laughing. She goes, yep, it was. So it came at a time that was good for her. It doesn't happen everywhere, but sometimes you find those stories, and they're always interesting to see. So, had a good time. Made some crocheted circles. That was about it. Haven't done anything since because I am kind of recuperating. After a bus trip, sometimes I'm pretty sore, and I am a little sore today. So I'm just kind of taking it easy and, had to go do the laundry, that kind of stuff. And as you can see, Chairzilla is out of control. So Chairzilla is going to have to be attacked this afternoon. So I'm building up some energy for that. Now I have a story for you because I was watching Have a Yarn with Charlie's podcast this morning. And she was talking about the number of subscribers down there, 666. And I'm going to tell you my story of 666. My husband and I, there was a coffee shop that had just opened up. It's owned by a local church group, and they had opened up this shop, and we go in. He would like to go in and try the different coffees because they have different flavored coffees in their coffee of the day, that kind of thing. And we know the people because we were part of a writers group together, and the gentleman who is the manager and his fiance, they were not married yet. They are married now, and they still run the business and have some other ventures now that they've graduated from college and doing their own thing. But they had put in a little ice cream thing where you could get different flavors of ice cream. So my husband and I go in. He gets a coffee. I wasn't really in the mood for coffee, so I got an ice cream cone. Now these people are very religious, I will say that. And the fiance, Emily, was ringing up the total, and the total came up to 666. She literally backed away from the cash register. And she said, would you like to add something to that, to change that? I said, no. And then I went, whoa. She about jumped 30 feet. Now, I've never seen Emily do anything like that. So it was one of those that you kind of go, Emily, it's okay, it's just a number. But because she is so religious, it just flabbergasted her. And Thomas, paid for it, and we went on our merry way. But we have had a giggle about that ever since. So, I noticed this morning the number was still 666. So, if you have not subscribed to Have a Yarn with Charlie, I'm going to leave the link down below. Let's get those numbers up so Charlie can quit freaking out about that number. It's not that bad a number. It's just a number. Now, I know it means something later on, but right now it's just a number. Okay? Let's chill. All right, guys, I will see you again tomorrow. Tomorrow I have some things that I'm doing, so I may be a little late, but I will see you. And I will have something for you to see. I am working on it this afternoon, and I'll see you again then. Everybody, have a great day, and choose kindness.